Good morning, gorgeous humans. Oh, we're back. We're in the gorgeous office with the magical library. We're home after 2 weeks of being gone. Good morning. How are you? Happy Monday. We're in some big energy. We know this. And today we're talking about confidence and your nervous system. And the key thing, there's actually three keys that we're going to talk about today on what you have to have in place if you are going to feel confident in your own skin, settle in the nervous system. We're going to talk about it all. So, good morning. How are you? I am Marli Ansel, your host at Marli Ansel on the Instagrams, and this is the morning show where you come to get your daily dose of inspiration and level up into your highest being. There's so much to talk about, so let's dive in. So, today we're talking about confidence in your nervous system. Let me tell you, this has been top of mind for me, like super, super top of mind. And I think because whenever we're entering a new level, we've had a lot of these big like cosmology shifts. Whenever we're entering a new level, that can be taxing on our nervous system. You get that kind of like fluttery feeling in the belly. You get that kind of nervous energy where you're just like, what is happening? And so when we go through these up levels, when we go through these shifts into a new level, one, it's just super important to know what's happening, understand that anytime you enter new energy, your body is going to feel it. We're built that way. It's really a superpower. It's magic, but we're going to feel it. And today we're going to talk about the keys that you have to have implemented within yourself if you're going to step into this new level feeling grounded, feeling confident, feeling ready, not driving yourself into a nervous wreck tizzy. Amen. So we're going to talk about today confidence in your nervous system. But before we do, can we take a moment for the mug? Good morning, gorgeous humans. How about that? How about that I found a mug on brand? I love it. Okay. Before we do, let's talk about these cosmos. The big topic of the hour is the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction. This is such a big deal. Reason being, so Uranus and Jupiter conjunct every year. Or maybe not every year. I think it's every 14 years. Whatever. They conjunct all the time, but they don't do it in the same sign twice in your lifetime. If you're lucky, you see it twice because Uranus takes 84 years to go around the whole zodiac chart. So for those of you who don't know, let's do a little astrology practical 101. Uranus is the planet of change. It forces change, and it forces us into change that breaks us out of our limitations. It is all about freedom. It is about knocking down the conditioned box. It's about like breaking your rules. Uranus kind of comes in and says, like, I understand that this is what you've been living by, but I don't care. And it knocks it down because being the lovely human beings that we are, we really grasp onto illusionary certainty. Illusionary certainty, meaning we really try to build our external reality to where we feel safe, to where we feel certain. And what happens with that, although we think it's going to make us feel better, what in fact actually ends up happening is we build our own prison. We build our own box. And then we're not growing. We're not going into the unknown ever. We're not expanding beyond where we've been. And so then Uranus comes in and says, knock the wall down, knock the confines down, get rid of the wall that you have built to keep you safe. And it essentially forces us to find that level of certainty within ourselves. But this is the great irony of it. When you find the certainty within yourself, you're free. When you find the certainty within yourself, you're free. There is nothing that can hurt you. There's nothing that can harm you. There is nothing that can take you down. Because when you have that level of certainty and trust within you, you know no matter what, you can handle it. No matter what, you're very clear that all of your external reality is a reflection of you. So, are you afraid of yourself? It's really the question to ask, isn't it? Are you afraid of seeing yourself? Are you afraid of having that mirror reflection of everything around you? And are you willing to take responsibility and ownership that this is all a construct of your own energy? Now, we got deep real quick. Jupiter, which is conjuncting Uranus, is the planet of abundance. Oh, the planet of good fortune, the planet of success, the amplifier. It's fortuitous praise. We love this. And it's going to make this change even bigger. You feel me with that? So Uranus and Jupiter are conjunct. They are already in orb. The exact conjunction happens on the 18th, I believe. So in your chart, and remember, you can download the Time Passages app. It is a free app for you to put your chart in. You just need to know where you were born, when you were born, and what time. Put it in. And what you're going to do is look at this wheel and you're going to find the little symbol for Jupiter and you're going to find the little symbol for Uranus and see what house this is happening in for you. Because in that house, it is initiating a new 14-year cycle. Like, oh, holy everything, right? A new 14-year cycle is coming online. And what I want you to really keep in mind here, which is why we reviewed what these are, Uranus, change, big sudden change towards freedom. Jupiter, abundance, fortuitous success. So big fortuitous change towards your freedom. We can mess it up. We can mess it up. We can mess it up by sabotaging out of the unknown, which is why today we're talking about confidence and your nervous system and stepping into these new levels because you can mess it up. Now, here's the thing. Change is going to happen how change is going to happen, but you are the center of your snow globe. And so you get to decide if you're going to fully step into it or if you're going to resist it. And if we don't have our nervous system regulated, grounded in our own bodies, we are going to fear the change. You with me? And we're going to end up sabotaging out of it because it feels like too much. You got it? So what we need to understand is one, that this big change is happening. In your chart, you can look at it, find the house placement that this conjunction's happening for you. Get on your Googles. What does the 7th house represent? What does the 6th house represent? Find the meaning that resonates with you and understand that this change is happening. Now, there's a lot more that goes into it, of course, because not only is it happening in a certain house, but it's going to make aspects to the rest of you. No way to get into all of that today. What we need to understand is just that we are on the precipice. We've been on the precipice and we're stepping into big change, a new cycle. You got to be willing to step into the new if you want to experience something different. And I know, like, we say it out loud like that, and that sounds like so remedial and simple, but oh my God, like, profound, hey? Like, how often do we resist the newness because it ruffles us? We get freaked out by it. Okay, so let's go into our topic today. Confidence and your nervous system, and this is key. Listen, today's gonna be a little sassy, it's gonna be a little fiery, but we all need it on a Monday. Number one, the number one key to your nervous system regulation and stepping into this new level with grounded confidence, get your pen and paper out. Mind your business. Mind your own business. Now, look, I'm not trying to call anybody out, but what I am saying is we spend way too much time regulating what we do based on what we think other people are going to think. Do you understand how quickly that's going to send you into a burnt out frizzy? Like, especially in this world of social media, we cannot please the whole world. And dear God, why would we try? Like, and I'm calling myself out here too, because it's a natural human thing to care and to worry about what we look like and how we come off. We don't want to offend anybody. We want to make sure everybody's happy with us and blah, 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 and all that stuff. But what that inevitably ends up doing is it will have you betraying and dishonoring your own internal guidance, your own inner system that's guiding you and telling you which way to go and what to say and how to be and all of those things. When we sit here and we overthink everything we do in the name of, but how is it going to come off? But what are they? We don't even know who it is. What are they going to think? We try to get in other people's heads in order to, I mean, it's honest, in order to socially survive. Erase it. Mind your own business. And what I mean by that is like, regardless of what you're doing in your life, whether you are on social media for the whole world to just judge and opinionate themselves on you, or if you are in your career going to work on a daily basis and you have to be seen and heard, or you are in your own relationship, like as intimate as your partnership, stop trying to get in your partner's head to figure out what they want and who they are and what they're going to think about you and all of that. Stop it. Just stop it. Because it is causing you to be inauthentic. It's causing you to distort yourself. It's causing you to second guess what you actually really want, what you desire, what you feel like needs to be said. It's going to cause you to overthink, and it's going to cause you to dishonor and what is the word I'm looking for here? Dishonor is fine. It's going to cause you to dishonor yourself. It's going to cause you to be inauthentic. Mind your own business. So think about it in terms of like, tune in every situation, tune in. What do I want? What is my vision? How do I see this going? What do I think is the best way? What do I think is the right way to approach this that is going to be beneficial to everyone, including myself? Tune in rather than trying to go out there and then bring it back in. Everything, and I cannot say this enough, and those of you who have been in my courses and my programs for years, you know, you are the center of your snow globe. You are the center of your reality. You cannot get out of that. It's not selfish. It's not egoic. You are quite literally the center. You cannot get out of that. So you've got to operate like that. Everything is a product of you. Not that you created everything around you. It's that everything in your experience, you are going to experience yourself in some way. So the overthinking other people's opinions, what do you think you're experiencing in that? I am experiencing an insecurity in my own relationship to myself. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything is you. Everything is you. Everything is you. So bring it back in. Everything is you. There's no sense in trying to figure out other people because it's literally impossible. Like you can't. You don't know people's stories. You don't know where they come from. You don't know what their perspective is. You could spend a lifetime with somebody and not ever completely 100% understand them. Yes, like I'm so serious. Your sister, your kid, your partner, because there's no way to fully comprehend the complexity of someone's being. All you can do is hold space for it and then be you. Now, the cool thing about this is that when you do this, you are operating at your highest potentiality. When you are wholly and completely authentic to you, meaning you're asking yourself, you're tapping in before you're reacting. You're tapping in, like, what do I want in this situation? What would be the best way to go about this, in my opinion? What do I want my day to be like? How do I want to approach this? When you're tapping in first before you react, you are operating at your highest potential because you're not distorting yourself. You're not changing who you are to adapt to survive socially, right? Our brains have now interpreted social death to be actual death. You're not distorting yourself. You're staying true. You're staying in your own lane. You're minding your own business. You're being you. Now, at that level, you're accessing the wholeness of who you are as much as you possibly can. In that, you are going to end up activating, inspiring, shifting, triggering, changing people around you. You will end up creating the shift that is absolutely necessary and needed, not only for yourself, but for everyone around you, as you are wholly, authentically yourself without worrying about other people, without worrying about what they're going to think or what they're going to say or how they're going to view you or any of those things. In your full potentiality, you become the energetic shifter that is necessary for the world around you to level up into their highest being. So, as you're more authentic, it's going to trigger that in other people. Like, how cool is that? You mean the more myself I am, the more other people can be themselves? Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Right? So, mind your business. Number two, stop trying to change other people. Oh my God, holy everything. Stop trying to convince people to be different. Stop trying to get them to see your way. Stop trying to think that everything around you is your responsibility to go out there and change. It is not. And we see how this goes hand in hand with mind your own business, right? But I'm going to tell you this, you do this more than you think. Okay. Like you do this more than you think you do. When you feel responsible for changing other people's perspectives, for changing their opinions, for changing their life in some way, especially if you teach and coach like I do, if you take on the responsibility of someone else shifting their life, you are going to want to bury your head in the ground. You don't have control over that. You don't have control over other people's lives. You don't have control over other people's opinions. Now, the caveat and the really fine line here is that the only thing you have control over is yourself. But if you are being true to yourself and you are showing up authentically and you are honoring what you feel and you're speaking what you want to speak, that in itself will create the change that is necessary in other people. Now, I want to really, really point this out. Not the change that you think should happen, the change that is necessary for other people. Do you see what I'm saying? Your other people are not your responsibility. And when you try to change other people around you, it is not as altruistic as you think it is. It is truly so that you can feel better. This is like a real call out episode, but that's all right. We can handle it. We're here for it. When you try to change what your husband thinks, when you try to change what your kid thinks, when you try to change what your mom thinks, when you try to change what your friend thinks or your coworker or your boss or whatever, when you try to change other people, it is not because you want the best for them, although I'm sure you do. It is 100, it is 100% because you would feel better if they shifted. I know. We're just calling it all out today. I know. But we got to talk about it because if you're fried on the inside, your nervous system is freaking out. You can't step into your new level. We have to talk about that. Like, mind your own business and stop trying to change other people's opinions about anything. About anything. Just be you. Just do you. Just be you. You know what I mean? So, perfect example of this really thin, fine line. Here I am preaching to you about what I think you should do. Right? But I'm going to tell you right now, I have no attachment to if you actually go do it. Like, my life is not affected by if you actually take this advice and go and implement it. Do you see what I'm saying? Fine line. But I'm going to show up and I'm going to voice this because this is what I've been thinking about. This is what I've been implementing. This is something I've really been playing with and working with lately. So I'm going to come share because that's my job. But it's up to you if you do it. I do not care. I don't. I do, but I don't. You know what I mean? My life has not changed if you implement this or not. It's up to you. Go do it, run with it, change your whole life, or don't. It's all up to you. But I'm going to show up and I'm going to do my thing. So mind your business. Stop trying to convince and change people's opinions about anything. Just show up powerfully as you, unattached, just unattached to if other people follow what you say or don't follow what you say or whatever. You know what I mean? And obviously, parenting is like something that comes to mind here, but we're not going to touch that today. And then the last piece of this, and this is something that has really, really helped me. You know that feeling where it's just this like existential doom feeling? You're like waiting for something awful to happen all the time. You know that feeling? Terrible, right? That feeling is obviously not real. I mean, the feeling is real, but the anticipation of something actually happening, something is not actually happening. That's something that's happening in our bodies, and that's an interpretation of moving into a new level. Now, it could be connected to past life things. It could be like you're at the age where in a past life something devastating happened. Like we could go down that road, but we're not going to. When you feel that feeling, essentially worry about the future, we can all relate, right? Here's what I've been doing that has been so helpful, and I think it'll really help you. I don't know why I have it as the 3 feet rule in my head. I think I heard it like that. 3 feet rule. Whenever you start worrying about the future and you start feeling that anxiety in your belly or whatever it is, this is what you do. Can I handle what's right in front of me? I think it's the 3 feet rule because it's like, what's 3 feet in front of you? Can you handle that? Can I handle what's right in front of me? Now, literally what's right in front of you. Okay. So, like right now, if I were to start feeling like dread and worry about the rest of the day or the rest of the week or whatever, what I would do is say, okay, can I handle what's right in front of me right now? Can I handle talking to you guys? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Last night, started feeling all the feelings, because for some reason, like the dread amplifies at night. You're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Right. I was in the shower and I felt the feeling. And then I go, okay, hang on. Can I handle what's right in front of me? My shower? Yeah, I can handle that. Okay. You feel me on this? It brings you back to the present moment. It brings you to what's right in front of you. And what it has really unlocked for me is that every single time I have felt that feeling, nothing bad has actually happened. Do you know what I mean? Like I've had this revelation a long time ago where I remember it was when Robert and I had just moved in together back in 2019. My whole life completely changed, like in a matter of months. You know what I mean? Like, usually when we have big change happen, it happens over time. My life completely quantum leaped in a matter of months. I went from working in the corporate job to starting this business to getting severance from the corporate job. That's a whole story in itself. Most of you know, voluntary severance, to going into my business full time, meeting my husband, now husband, moving in with my husband, becoming a stepmom, like all in a matter of 6 months. Like it was like boom, boom, right? Which is how life happens sometimes. So I had all of those feelings in my belly because I was living an entirely new existence. Literally nothing was the same as it was before. Everything changed, complete quantum leap. It was amazing, but oh my God, like a lot, right? And I remember sitting on the couch, feeling so much fear in my belly, no understanding really of why. Like there was nothing bad happening. And that's really important to note. There was nothing bad happening. Like if you wrote down the facts of life, it was like, life is good. What is your problem? There was nothing bad happening. But in my belly, I'm freaking out. I'm feeling it just like so much. Now I have the understanding now. I didn't have it then. But what did click for me was this moment, and I can see it so clearly in my head. I'm sitting on the couch from that like chaise lounge part of the couch, and I'm feeling all this fear in my belly. And I realized I've been here before. I have been here sitting in this exact spot, feeling this exact same feeling, and nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. This was like I'm sitting here a month ago, I was sitting here in this exact same spot with this exact same feeling, and nothing bad happened. So maybe it's not a premonition. Maybe it's just a feeling. You see me on this? Like, it's just a feeling. I'm feeling fear in my belly. It doesn't mean anything. Like, in terms of needing to prepare for some doomsday thing, it doesn't mean that. It just means you're feeling a feel right now. Life is different. Life is changing. Life is up leveled. That's okay. And that's okay. That's another, like, really great thing to add to your, like, arsenal of tools. Whatever you're feeling, and that's okay. Whatever has happened, and that's okay. Whatever you're thinking, and that's okay. You see what I'm saying? Like, immediately, it's just like, so for our review, everything's changing. Like, we've got our personal lives that are changing, and then the world is in just a whole upheaval. You know what I mean? Like, we know that. So there's a lot of change happening. You cannot control your external world enough to feel safety in your body. God bless. We should really write that down. You cannot control your external world enough to feel safety in your body. You have to start cultivating that from within. So mind your business. Stop trying to think about the whole world. You can't solve the whole world, okay? You can't solve everybody's problem. You cannot make everyone happy. You cannot please all these people, but you can, in the process, destroy yourself while trying to. Do you see what I'm saying? So mind your own business. You don't need to go out there and convince anyone of anything. Stop trying to change people. That's not your job. Just be you. And then what was our last one that we talked about? Can I handle what's right in front of me? Handle what's right in front of you. Whenever you feel that anxiety rise up, stop everything and just ask yourself, can I handle what's right in front of me? Can I handle this moment? Yeah. Okay. Cool. That feeling in your body is just your body responding to the influx of energy of change. And that's okay. You see what I'm saying? And that's okay. Mm. If you, so we have, I see Amber logs in late. Here's Marley, call me out. So I just re released one of my signature foundational programs on your belief system, your identity, handling these emotions of anxiety, especially on the precipice of change. This program is called Becoming a Conscious Creator. It is my original program that I created in that big quantum leap of change that I was telling you about. I've just redone it, re-edited it, added all these goodies to it. It is on sale now for 50% off. The relaunch is 50% off. It is such an in-depth, potent program all on you. So if you felt these big feelings around going into a new level, changing, feeling overwhelmed, feeling that anxiety, feeling like you know you have the potential inside of you, but everything feels like so much, this program holds the energy of limitless possibilities, grounding into your confidence as you're stepping into a new level, that whole confident and shaky thing as you're moving into a new level of life. This program is going to guide you to do it powerfully, to do it with confidence, to do it from a place of love so that your nervous system is nourished. I love this program. I love this program. Okay, I don't have the link out into the world. So if you're interested in this program, send me a message. Eventually the link will be out into the world, but if you're wanting to come into it and you want the 50% off, message me directly and I'll send it to you personally. I'm so excited. All right, my loves, that's a wrap. Thanks for being here live. Welcome back to Marley in the Morning on a Monday. This is the morning show. We are here Monday through Friday, every morning at 10 a.m., discussing your up levels into your highest being, all the real life things, but we make it magical, reminding you of your power and what you are capable of in this world. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And if the show resonated with you, please share the show, hit the likes and the subscribes and all the things. And I will see you back here tomorrow for another episode of The Morning Show. Goodbye, my loves. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.